Hey folks, I meant to do this review on the Fiio FD11 a little while ago, but I was away for a couple of weeks. I had some other reviews I got out of the way, and yeah, just completely forgot about the FD11 until I was going through my IMs and was like, I forgot to review these, so thought I'd do a review on these today. For source, I was using the XP2 balanced, which I had set on high gain for a little bit of dynamics, and I have the Fiio H570 large tips on them, which gave me a better seal than a lot of other tips I tried. They're kind of sticky. They have a wide bore, so they kind of add a little more to the sound stage as well, and they give you a nice balance of bass and treble and mid range. So yeah, I went with the H570 for the review, and streaming tracks on Tidal through the through the XP2 balanced. Build quality of the FD11 is quite good. High quality build for the price. It's got an all metal shell and a nice classy looking faceplate design. Only part I didn't really like about the FD11 was the cable. It's kind of a hard to upgrade or replace the cables. It hasn't got the standard kind of 2-pin, either like the regular 7.8 or the 7.5 2-pin that a lot of IEMs do have. So you can get adapters for them, but I mean, I had a set of adapters that I had bought for the FD11, but one of them broke within a week, so I went back to the original cable. Stock cable's okay though, relatively well behaved, but yeah, a little on the thin side. But I mean, it's fine for the price of the FD11. I mean, it's only roughly a $30 IM, so I mean, you can't really expect a $100 cable, with that kind of an IM, but it's fine for the price. It's just, I wish I could upgrade it with some of the balanced cables that I already have with the 7.8 pins, 0.78 pins rather. Anyway, moving on to the sound. Sub bass on the FD11 is quite tight, punchy for genres like EDM and industrial electronic. Something with the bassy genres like those, and like hip hop as well. It's got some good weight to it, but it's it's not overly done. It's not bloated at all. It's quite tame, but it is there. A track I was listening to for the review, Seawall from the Blade Runner 2049 soundtrack, pretty organic and clean sounding. May not slam as hard as some other single DDs, but it is pretty well defined. Not bloated, just enough authority to make it noticed in the track. The lower mids and the bass from the sort of sub bass in the lower mids kind of remains pretty tight. Kick drums have a nice snappy punch to them. Bass guitars sound pretty nice, quite natural. In Almeida by Solange, the female vocals sound pretty good and warm, fairly natural. And And then moving on to another track by Solange, Where Do We Go? Pianos sounded really good, pretty nice and natural, just behind the vocals. Upper mids and treble, there's still a little warmth travelling up through the mids into the lower treble. Treble is pretty clean and has some nice clarity for most less busy tracks, I'll say. It's not harsh or sibilant at all, but it can get a little muted in busier tracks, as do the mids on busy tracks. Listening to Hack's Process by Opeth, the intro sounds good. Drums and guitars sound pretty good, natural in this intro. Good, clean sounding guitar and drums, and the vocals are pretty smooth. Moving on to another track, Runaway by Aurora. The vocals sound quite warm and smooth, natural, clean. Aurora's vocals are pretty natural. The track has a nice melodic tone, fairly natural. Aurora's vocals in the track can get a little sibilant on some IMs, but there's very little to no sibilance from the FD11, maybe just a tad, but very little. Like that track did play pretty well, which is good for the price of the FD11. I mean, it hasn't got the most incredible driver, but it can handle tracks like that pretty well. Vocals and instrument separation was pretty well done, but for busier tracks can get a little muted at times. Some male vocals, some guitars aren't as clear in some tracks. It could be that the driver's just struggling a little more on busy tracks. The Haunting by Camelot with Simone Simons from, I think she's from Epica, wasn't as clear or clean as the intro to Hack's Process. The vocals, instruments are a little more muted, not being quite as clear and less as in the less busy tracks. There's definitely layering in the soundstage though, which is more evident in less busy tracks like Runaway and Murder Song by Aurora. You can hear vocals and instruments separately, so that the imaging seems quite good too. There's some decent width and height too in these tracks, which the soundstage isn't claustrophobic. It sounds pretty natural. But when you do get into busier tracks, the sound goes becomes a little less clear, and the details aren't as tidy or as clean as tracks that have only one vocalist and aren't as busy instrumentally as well. You can get sense of width and height in especially in some live recordings. The stage can be quite clear and pretty natural, as if you could be sitting like a couple of rows back from the stage. I really like the imaging and stage of the FD11 in some tracks I listen to. It's pretty good for the price for the most part, but does suffer a little bit from congestion on busier tracks. And overall tonality and detail retrieval isn't bad. It's not the sharpest or the most resolving, but it's pretty clean and clear for the price range. I mean, it's a $30 IM. You can't really expect Moondrop Variations level of detail from that kind of price range, but it's fine. didn't have a problem with it most of the time, other than just just a little bit of congestion in some busier tracks. Aside from the cable being a little difficult to upgrade without an adapter, the FD11's a pretty good IM and was pretty versatile for the most part, being able to play various genres and vocals pretty well. When they are clear enough with instruments and being a little less clear in the mix at times, some vocals, especially male vocals, can tend to be a little muted, but I think for the price, the FD11 copes pretty well most of the time. I have enjoyed listening to the FD11 for this review. I've discovered its strengths and weaknesses, and I did buy the FD11 myself, so they're just my own impressions listening to it and taking notes for a review on it. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say about the FD11. It's a fine IM for it's $30 asking price. It could have had a better cable, but I mean, it is what it is, and it's a decent fun IM to listen to it. I have been listening to it quite a bit over the last few days, actually. Kind of put it back into the rotation of my IMs, so I'm still quite enjoying it. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone that's watched to the end of the video. I do have my own group, Audio Reviews Down Under, on Facebook if you want to join. Welcome to come chat and share your own reviews or just photos, whatever you want to do. It's just a general chat group that I started just for a bit of fun and just to get a little community spirit going, And anyway, I'm out of here. I'll be back with some reviews pretty soon. I've got 5 or 6 new IMs on the way, including from Rose Technics KZ, and what have I've got the EPZ Q5 coming as well, and so yeah, I'll be posting some reviews on those pretty soon. But, yeah, still currently waiting on those to arrive, so yeah, I'll be uploading some reviews on those pretty soon in the next few weeks. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you later.